Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 17 of the TBD Gaming Podcast. As per usual, I'm your host, Harry. Joining me today is Adri.
Hello.
Yeah, unfortunately, sorry that I think we were absent for 3 weeks, if I'm not wrong.
Has it been 3 weeks, really?
I think it's 3 weeks. I think it's 3 weeks or 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks, at least two
Okay.
weeks. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
That
Yeah.
makes sense, right? But
Yeah.
TLDR, we are all busy lah. So unfortunately, this is not our day job, not our full time job. So we can't commit to like a must do a podcast every week to basically
Mhm.
you can't just do that lah. So whenever we
We're not
can,
getting paid for this.
yeah, we're not getting paid for
Yeah.
this. Not yet, anyway. We'll see how that goes. All right, but we are back, and I think it's a fantastic time to come back because, from what Adri told me just now, we both play very different games. I actually
Uh-huh.
expected him to play the same game as I do. I was expected a little bit,
No.
but then fantastic, very good plan is that well time is that he plays certain game and I play certain game. So we
Yeah.
won't give any spoilers, but we basically will be giving our thoughts, which is
Okay.
fantastic. I love this right already.
Sure.
So, we talk about there's two games out of this, but let's start off with Adri. What have you been playing?
I have been playing. Well, I just finished Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
I
Like,
get
even though three came out and Survive came out. So, I had to go back to 2 because the story was so good to abandon like midway, and I was not disappointed. I was not disappointed for going back there and let people, beat me in the progress of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I enjoyed 2 very much. I enjoyed the story. The gameplay was a bit something to be desirable, but other than that, lucky enough, the story was so good that the action, the development, like wow, this two man.
two.
I
It
like the
is good,
fact that
isn't it? It is very good,
yeah,
isn't it?
I like the fact spoiler alert. I like the fact that two happens at the same time as one. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh wow, is it? I
that
was like,
part,
oh
right?
cool. That
That
part,
part
like,
hits
oh
you, man. That
no.
part hits you, man.
I,
I would like to go back to the
that
moment. I would like to go back to the time where I first time experienced. I'm like, holy shit, what is going on here?
so I played definitive edition first, so
Mm.
that cost more. It feels like I was playing with my past self at the same time as that moment. So like, oh crap, I went through that moment, and now I'm going through this at the same time as I did back then. I'm like, oh crap. The twist where it was the same guy but got split in half. Like, oh wow, jeez,
Yep.
man, they can. And then I think Xenoblade Chronicles 3 has a similarity because at the start, oh spoiler alert, at the start they combine those two worlds sort of. It's pretty
Mm.
obvious. It's not a spoiler, it's on the cover art
It's not. It's not
for God's
spoiler.
sake.
It's not
Yeah.
spoiler because you can
So
clearly see the inspiration from Xenoblade Chronicles 1 in terms of the mechons,
yeah.
which is the
Yeah.
canvas, and also the
Uh-huh.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2, from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, where the blades, the neon color, the blue
Uh,
color,
yeah.
which is representing the Agnes. So
Uh-huh.
there
Yep.
definitely are. I mean, like it's not. I don't. I think Adri, you have seen it. Just you streamed it the beginning of part where you can actually
Yeah.
see a structure that looks like Alchemoth. At the beginning of
Yeah.
I was like,
Amelia's place, right? Amelia's
yeah,
city. Yeah.
Agnes Castle, I believe, something like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit, wait, that's Alchemoth. That looks pretty much like Alchemoth.
That's
So
like
it's
the starting, right?
yeah. So that is either we see wrongly, that's a totally different castle, or like they just reuse asset, which I do not believe that's the case lah.
I doubt it. I
I
doubt
doubt
it.
it.
They try to combine a lot of things here in
Yeah.
the Xenoblade 3.
Yeah. So
So
so at the end you love the story for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but you don't really
yeah.
like the gameplay. Why?
Yes, the gameplay wise, especially the affinity part, we talk about this in
Mm,
our
mm,
chat, right?
mm, mm,
So the
mm.
affinity part, like I get that it's like a puzzle thing or something, but
Mhm.
if you're like gonna speed run through the whole thing, you're gonna have a lot of gonna
Yeah.
waste a lot of time actually. I'm
Yep.
like, oh crap.
Yeah,
To
because
progress
bunch
further
of
in the
stuff.
story, yeah. Yeah, I need to like resonate with a bunch of common blades just that to get Earth Mastery level 5 or whatever
Ah, yeah.
nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
And all that. So it's freaking annoying that part. And like, I thought it was a side thing. I thought just side quest. If you had that much amount, that you can unlock extra stuff. That's fine. But using it as a progression thing is like, is a bit annoying. What if I don't have it? Then I have to like backtrack all the way or fight some monsters to get more common core crystals. Then that took some of my time away from my progress, to be honest.
The
If not, I will
blades
like finish earlier. Yeah,
the blades part definitely is aspect because that includes your infinity part, right? Definitely
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's either you like it or you hate it. Especially like for your case, you want to try to get it done quick. That part is definitely
Yeah,
not gonna lay
I
it done
hate
quick.
it.
Yeah, but I would argue, right? I totally agree with you also, but I would argue, right, that
uh,
part, right, is what's gonna give in terms of replay value. I think that's
mm.
what's gonna give Xenoblade Chronicles 2 more replay value compared to 1
Yeah,
and
that's
3,
true. That's true.
because you could get different blades. You could very lucky get Cosmos at the very beginning, and
Yeah, yeah, I
that
didn't get it at
change
all.
that changes your playstyle. I got it during the near like the end, during the end.
Okay,
So that was a totally different experience. So in terms of replay value, 2 definitely has a
it's a
lot more
lot.
replay value. Yeah. So and I would say that in terms of what about the combat? The combat, do you like it? Because you played 1, and then you played Torna, right? And then you counted
Yeah,
2. What do you think?
yes. I played one. Okay. One had. I feel like two is an advanced version of one, in the sense
Mm.
thanks to the blades and all that,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the blades extend the gameplay in a while, like with different elements, and each of these blades have different attack
Oh yeah, the
properties, like
elements. Yep.
topple or
True.
break.
True. They
Yeah,
add in
and the
elements.
elements, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Um, I it was okay. I was playing on easy, and most of the time it was like easy to breeze through and all. But sometimes like the AI will. I play auto battle as well. Just to like those further battles. I just auto battle and then hope for the best and all that. Uh, but sometimes the AI can be so dumb. Like you see those opponents that fly over, and then you're at a walkway that you can drop off or whatever. Yeah, sometimes you went auto battle and then you just keep following the flying thing, and then it falls, then they fall off,
Yeah.
and then I had to start. I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
That.
But
Yep. Yep. Yep.
but without auto battle manually is pretty cool. Like it's like I said, the extension of one where you have the break feels better, the topple, the launch, and then the chain attack
And then the
feels nice.
slow mo when it happens, right? Whoosh.
Ah, the funny part when you launch the opponent and they keep spinning like that. It's especially the big enemies. Like suddenly they're like, I'm like, okay. And then the chain attack makes it nice and all that. But the chain attack feels a bit slow in my opinion. Even auto battle makes it slower lah. But even manual, like even though you press fast, it feels like a bit the speed
Yeah.
of the action time to slow down.
Unfortunately, that's one thing I'll say about the combat for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is that it's slow. But I would
Mhm.
argue that the chain attack is the most fun. That I think, because you at the end
Okay.
of the day, you by the time you get all the there's no more tutorial when it comes to the combat, right? You are
Haha.
doing like a different kind of arts to build up the orbs around the boss,
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
bunch of them, and then during chain
Uh,
attack you are like bursting one by
uh,
one. That part is
oh, that's
fun,
nice. Yeah, yeah.
man. That is like a
That's fun.
puzzle
That's
element
fun.
already, isn't it? There's a puzzle doing
Es-
it, right?
especially especially when there's like a bunch of other smaller
Mm-hmm.
enemies beside the big one you're attacking, and you do that chain burst and all elemental burst, and it
Mm-hmm.
just kills everyone else with that. That's cool. That's cool. I admit
Yeah, I
that's
like
kind of
that
fun.
part. It's like you're playing Tetris that really gives you a big pile of damage. Yeah, I love the chain attack for
And
Xenoblade
it's
Chronicles 2 the
cool. It's
most.
cool.
hmm Um, in terms of the story wise, I feel like it's a much more much more intimate story. It's a bit smaller in scale if you think about it.
Yeah.
Especially like when you come out from the definitive edition where there's like big wars going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
more so like we're gonna talk about it later, but Xenoblade Chronicles 3
Mhm.
is big scale battles. 2 felt like a more smaller journey that I kind of like because it seems to give them a lot of opportunity to advance the character development. So it makes me love the characters more. At the moment, at
Cool.
the moment, I still love the characters from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 more. I know
Oh,
a lot of people don't like Rex, but I love Rex a
oh,
lot.
I love Rex. I love Rex.
Yeah, I feel like for that for this game, he is the perfect what's it called main character. Even with the
Mm-hmm.
world being like so screwed up, he's the beacon of he's like the small glimmers of hope that's putting the team together. Because if you think about it, the rest of the team members they're all like they all have issues. They all have issues
Yeah.
one way or another, right? Rex is the guy that gives them hope, So to
Mm-hmm.
suddenly, it's spoiler right? To suddenly see that during the near the end, one of the chapter is where he sort of give up. That actually breaks the heart quite a bit. Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, that part is actually hits very hard. But then it how do I put this? It have a very good resolution that time where you actually finally get to combine both pirate and mythra into one.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
that was awesome lah.
To
Um,
Numa.
yeah, but I don't want to dwell on this too long. We still have a topic to go to, but I
Yeah.
have just one last question on this. Don't you
Okay.
just love the max at the end?
Oh my God. Yeah. They're Xenogears throwback for sure, for sure. The Xenogears and Xenosaga throwbacks. I'm like, but I wish we could have piloted one.
Ah,
I wish we
yeah.
could have like
Mm,
some actual siren piloting or pilot use. Go back, bring us back to Xenosaga 3 Xenosaga, yeah, Xenosaga 3 gameplay where we pilot most of the cool mechs. I wish that could happen. But I doubt Xenoblade 3 has that because I think they had it in Ouroboros, that one that I guess they're kind of mechish in a sense, but they're more like Evangelion stuff related. I don't consider Evangelion as mechs, by the way, so yeah, that's why I call it Evangelion-ish things. So yeah,
yeah.
I doubt. Yeah, I was
Ah,
hoping more. Just hoping Monolith just ports over Xenoblade X somehow. Please port over.
yeah.
You're done with
True.
three. You're done with three. Just do a small port X to Switch, and then yeah, we're golden. We're golden, man. You got our mecha, our Xeno mech game that we all been journeying for this whole year, this
True,
many
true,
years.
true, true, true. Yeah, actually, you're right because I have to admit I have not played X. I have not played X, but
Yeah, me
I
too.
saw some screenshots gameplay. Right, that game actually looks pretty good. Especially
Yeah,
for from a Wii U. It looks. I don't know. It just kind of
it looks
it looks
beautiful.
fantastic. It doesn't look like a game that would be appear on on the Nintendo platform. So, especially
Yeah.
you got your scale right. You would love your scale the machines to just fly around in that world. It makes sense
Ah,
because it's true open world. So right, let's just move away from Zero Chronicles 2. I love it that you finally managed to finish it. So that right now
yeah, me too.
you have more context of what's happening. Basically more when something happens or certain monsters appear in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Oh, okay, that's the one. What about the other game that you played? Just want to just briefly mention it.
Okay. Digimon Survive that I
Yeah,
played. I'm already halfway to it is for 12 chapters more than Xenoblade, but they're shorter per chapter. So I'm in chapter 6 now. I'm trying to finish that one. Oh boy, this game is not any other Digimon game I've played so far. There, it's very mature. I can tell you that it's very mature. Uh, People die. Obviously, they have mentioned this, right? And oh my gosh, man, it's it's if they didn't include Digimon, it's a full. It'll be like a
Horror game. Yeah.
horror game. Yeah, for sure. If they didn't include Digimon, yeah, it's definitely like a horror game. They even try to make the scary looking Digimon horrifying, you know? I mean, sure, some of the designs look terrible and look horrifying, lah. So they utilize it and put it in a horror setting and it works. I'm like, crap, I saw this Digimon in the anime and the Digidestin beat them up with no problems. And now they're making this enemy Digimon even more horrifying in this one in a horror setting, you know, with the horror music that I think you heard it in the first few hours I
Oh
played,
yeah,
right?
I
During the
saw you
stream.
play it. Yeah.
That music keeps coming back, man. It doesn't go away. It keeps coming back. It's just giving me chills all the time. So
Uh,
yeah, man.
I tell you what, let's go in a little bit deeper later when we finally get into the
Okay.
topic. But
Okay. Okay.
I am very interested on the game. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. I'm sure
I
you are. I'm sure you are.
that your stream doesn't help. I can tell during that time even you also can tell. You're like shit. You're supposed to like let more people like about the game, but I don't think that's working. I mean, even though
Because you
I'm along the ride. I know roughly what am I getting into, but man, oh man, how long does it take for you to go to finally get into a
Oh
battle?
yeah. Oh man, that one is it's yeah, the visual novel part is definitely the majority of it. The battle is I think you can just skip the battle. If you skip the battle altogether, it can still
Nothing's
maintain the nothing changed. It's just an interaction between you and the game, basically. And that's about it. And the choices, of course, the choices you make along the way. But yeah, the tactics part definitely good thing they didn't call this Digimon tactics. If not, people will be even review bombing this even more. More on that later, like we talk about. But yeah, the survive part it's just is the visual novel element of it. So if you don't like that element, I suggest you just skip this and just play the
earlier ones.
Cyber Sleuth games, the earlier one, Cyber Sleuth game, New World, and all that. So yeah, but other than that, I think it's a solid Digimon game by itself.
All
Because
right.
but compared to the anime and the previous games, it's not like cheery and they feel depressed a bit and then they cheer up and then everyone evolve into the stronger forms. They have that, but in the sense that they still go through a bit of a slump right after that because due to events that you probably find out when you play this game. But other than that, it feels like a ragtag group of forced DG destined to come along in this ride. So they didn't want to go there in the first place, and they just encountered more bad things. And compared to the anime part, where they will encounter a bad thing, but then they will eventually overcome it through the power of friendship or the power of love because the Digimon evolve from there. But this one is something different entirely.
Cool. Okay,
Mm.
I'll just follow along saying that I've been purely playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I have a problem right now
Yeah.
where I'm addicted to the game. I have to stop myself from playing and then go and bathe before the podcast. So
Oh,
yeah,
you
I have
didn't play
problems.
before the podcast.
So I have issues. I love the game a lot, but we'll talk about it after this. Okay, actually this doesn't matter. Let's move on to our very first topic here. General
Okay.
thoughts on Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I'll let you go first.
Okay.
Because you just played the very beginning of the game. So I'll let
Mhm.
you go first. What do you think about it?
Already the first few since I've been playing two, right? So I get to see the masterpiece and the flawness. The flawness is a lot into including the animation, the lip sync, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All these gripes you see. The animation especially where the character will just move unnatural, like
Yeah,
like that. If you
the
notice, right?
robotic
The
movement.
the
Yeah.
ro- the the robotic phase. I think they were pressured to release it for the Switch release, right? So, but if they give more time, I think it would have polished better, which they did in Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which took them what, seven? How many years already? Almost 7 years between two.
For what
So,
I know, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 wasn't actually done by the main team. It was done by
oh, is
smaller
it?
group of people. So in that case, I sort of understand, but it's still, but with that as context, right? I understand it, but it also makes me impressed that they made the story,
They made the story. I give them props. I would credit where
yeah.
credit due. The
Mm-hmm.
story they able maintain it very nice. The sword play. I can see they improve more on Torna than in the base game. The sword choreography. You can see
Mm-hmm.
lah because Torna is right after they done with the base, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they did even better with Torna than the base. So yeah, you can see that if they give him more time, right? I think more you see better choreography, better animation, better.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be more polished lah, basically. But I guess they were pressured to release for the Switch release date, launch title, one of the launch
I
titles. So
mean,
I guess
it
that's it.
goes down to anything in the world or in your work where if you have more time, definitely you can polish it more. It's not just on games, but in your business proposal or whatever executional
Yeah.
plans. Same thing. If you have more time, most likely you can do it better, lah. But let's go back to Xenoblade Chronicles 3. What do you
Mm.
think?
I see it's a massive improvement from two, and even definitive edition,
Mm-hmm.
where they really improve already the animation, the lip sync, the graphics.
Mm-hmm.
Like they able to maintain the art style,
Oh
but
yeah.
even better. Like
Mm-hmm.
how do they even do that? Like uh you think they had to like change a bit, right? I mean, what you see in definitive and two, they were like try to they keep it samey ish,
Mm-hmm.
but in three they did keep it samey, but even better.
Yeah,
Like
the
uh
face expression stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah, like especially I can see they created the seamless transition from cutscene to battle
Oh
even
yeah,
better.
that was
Yeah, right.
awesome, man.
Compared to two, yeah, you see Rex there, and then you see a loading screen, and then you enter the fight
Mm-hmm,
like that,
mm-hmm.
right? And
Yep.
you see loading screen, and then your friends your characters still haven't unsheathed the weapon, that kind of thing. I'm like, okay, I have to unsheath them for them. But then in three, like the first cutscene when you first enter the battle is like, oh my god, seamless transition, holy crap! They
Yep.
did it, the full game of the year.
Yeah, it's like it's such a small little thing. I feel it's such a small thing that makes all the difference, man.
Yeah. This is amazing. And gameplay, I feel transition from battle from walking to battle is even smoother
Mm-hmm,
in a sense. Like
mm-hmm,
yeah, the unsheath part in one and two, it had like a bit of lag or
mm-hmm.
a bit of um what you say, a bit of slowness, like walking, and then you have to press the button, and then they were
Oh yeah,
like that,
it's
like
faster, like
that,
it's
right?
faster. It's more smoother and
But
faster.
in the XB3 is like straight away, like oh my god,
Mm-hmm,
the
mm-hmm.
the the way they summon their weapons, and they call their weapons blades, right? Like oh my
Yep,
god, that's
yep.
cool, that's cool. So they smooth it. They but the gripe right now I still have for that game is the repeated dialogue right after the battle.
It's pretty much a Xenoblade
It's
Chronicles thing already, lah. I
yeah,
don't think
yeah,
it's gonna
Xenoblade
change
Chronicles
anymore.
game.
I don't, they didn't even give you an option to remove them. I'm like, can you just speak once?
Yeah, didn't
I'm,
they had an option for? Oh no, that's Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter has that option to remove your follower staying. You can remove completely or just make it less. But Xenoblade doesn't have that. You gotta hear them repeating the same thing right after battle
yeah.
so many times.
Mm-hmm. But
Oh
it's a
my
charm,
god,
lah. For me, it's a charm for Xenoblade Chronicles.
it's a charm.
I'm like,
Yeah.
leave it, lah. Whatever, lah. Whatever you want, lah. At least they are talking, lah. At least they're talking, lah. So the starting, it starts very strong. Very
Yeah,
strong. Even compared
very strong.
to because if you compare to between 1, 2, and 3, right? I'll just put it this way, like one chapter one, right? Chapter one, I see is it start from the beginning until when, let's spoiler alert lah, Fiora seemingly got killed, and then Shulk have to leave with Ryan. Like they left the colony lah. They left the colony, and then they
Yeah, yeah.
eventually that's the end of chapter one. For Xenoblade Chronicles 2, it starts off very very slow as well. Where it's only about midway where you are hired by Torna to go to the ship to
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
release Pyra, and then you
Mm-hmm.
have to escape from Malos, and then Grams bring you. Then that's it. So it's also a very slow ending. I'm not gonna go through the ending for chapter one for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I know you haven't finished it yet,
Oh, yeah.
but
Are you done? You done already?
I'm at chapter four.
Oh, you're at chapter four. Okay,
I'm
okay,
talking about chapter one specifically. Just beginning only.
okay. Okay.
It starts off in a war already. It starts off in a war. You
Yeah, yeah,
see,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
see
yeah.
people die. You see,
Mm.
Noah sending off people through the particles come up. Uh, it starts really, really damn bloody damn strong. And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
graphics is like, how do they do it?
The You can see that they can even accommodate more people during the war scene. Even in Definitive Edition, you can see like a bit of few more peoples in the war scene, the
Oh
first
yeah,
war scene. You see, right?
not just that. I was actually I played Future Connected a few weeks back.
Oh, okay, okay.
The no pawns the pawn specters are just following you, and then they are fighting. They are there. They are there. I'm like, I totally believe that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 can work when I see that part. Why didn't I play that before? Yeah, that all makes sense right now. Because
Yeah.
the Pawn Spectre actually does something during the battle. They're not fighting, but they are
The
buffing and
one you
stuff.
collected, right?
Yeah, you
The
collect that. I think it's
non-pawns you
like
collected. Yeah.
yeah, like 12 of them, and then each of them actually follows you. They follow you all the way, and they follow you into battle. And of course, they don't fight, but they buff you. It's there. It's possible.
That's amazing. I haven't finished Fishing Connected yet, though, by the way.
I won't go too far, but
Uh,
there are no pawns that you can. Those are your chain attacks, by the way. So
okay.
my God, that was funny when I see them just follow after you. Yeah, so yeah, let's just continue on. What else do you think about based on what have you played so far? What do you think?
Uh, so far, everything is just an improvement from two, basically. And even
Mm-hmm,
Definitive Edition, everything is smoother. The menu is clearer.
mm-hmm,
The menu is even it feels new because
mm-hmm,
they don't use the. I was too used to two's menu already. Each of the menu are actually different, right? So
mm-hmm,
so that one feels cool. I saw I spoil it a bit from the menu. Like when you get more allies, it will change
mm-hmm.
dramatically. Like right now, you have in chapter one, you have those four, right? And they just stares at you. When you have a lot, they will like look from the side and then they just line up ascendingly.
Yep.
That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool,
You're like
and I
looking at
think
one
that will change.
direction. That's
Yeah,
awesome, man.
yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't know story wise if one person left or whatever will they change a bit, but like Tales of Rise, the menu they change a lot also like based on the story. Like if you first chapter you have these two characters, and then the next chapter when you meet these two other characters they will pose in the main menu,
Ah,
and then up till the end it's like that. So yeah. So far what I play is I just can't stop thinking about it, even though I play like a few chapters, a few hours in.
mm-hmm.
Right now I need to go to the place where they say they find an anomaly or something. Is not the opposing faction, is another unknown faction.
Oh yeah,
Apart,
that part is
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
I expect to. If it's classic, Xenoblade Chronicles end chapter fight scene that I'm looking forward to it. Because Xenoblade 2, every time another thing that got me through Xenoblade 2 story is I knew at the end of the chapter there's gonna be some epic scene, some epic music. The music that they play when they bounce back, the counter attack music for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I'm like, oh shit. Every time they play that is so nice. So I'm hoping Xenoblade 3 is I'm hoping to listen to more Xenoblade 3's music because it's not like the composer create new music for 3, right? So I'm looking forward to hear more of that at the end of the chapter and see. I went to Twitter and then people keep saying something about chapter 5.
Mm,
So
mm,
brace
mm.
yourself, Harry. Chapter 5
It's
is
not just that.
something.
I think chapter four as well, which I am right
Oh,
now.
okay.
I heard chapter four
Okay.
ending also pretty much. I think I know where to go already. I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but I'm excited. But I
Okay.
can tell you, but the ending of chapter one, again, no spoilers. I can only say about the music. You want to listen it
Okay.
again and again and again. You think counter attack is awesome? You think one wing angel is awesome? I
Oh,
think
okay.
this
Okay.
one. I think this one takes the cake. I think this one
Uh,
can be on par with One Wing Angel, and that's like during the beginning of the game.
okay. That's
Yeah,
great.
I will consider that for me lah. It's on par with One Wing Angel, because it's just how epic it
Wow.
is. They really up the
The
quality.
ante. Up the
hmm
ante.
like you see in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, right? Especially I love the I think the city theme for Tantal, the snow area,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
where
Cancel. Yeah, yeah.
there's like vocal orchestrated sound. I
Oh,
think,
yeah. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
they actually come up with
That
the
was good.
MV. They actually came up with the MV for that. You can just check it out.
Oh, shit.
Um,
Really?
yeah,
I gotta check
many
that.
years ago, where you can actually see those people singing. They start to use this in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, right? They up the antique for Xenoblade Chronicles 3 during the boss, the so-called the not the end boss fight lah, but the end of chapter 1, that boss fight is awesome. It's
Oh, shit.
yeah, just
Okay, dude. I
brace
got it.
yourself. You know it when you hear it.
Okay.
You're
I
almost
feel like I'm
there.
gonna the one you when you mention this, I feel like I'm gonna abandon Digimon Survive for a bit and just
No lah, you're almost there already lah.
go
Finish it lah.
go. You hyped up the music. Yeah, music JRP music always gets me. So when you say this is much better than Counter Attack, I'm like, crap, dude. I gotta listen because Counter Attack. When I listen to it, when I play it, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool music. But when you stop playing it, it keeps playing in my head and all that, like. Dun, 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 dun,
Yep,
dun, 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 dun. I'm like, okay,
yep.
crap. Now I gotta
This is
continue
one of
playing the game so I
those.
can
This is one of those.
even.
I can tell you, this is one of those music that will stay with you, and actually I would say even hype you up even more when you fight them. But you kind of like you don't
Shit.
want it to end. You kind of don't want it to end because it's
Shit.
so epic. What else?
I
What else? What else? Um, the combat wise, is kind of like a combination between 1 and 2, right? Because you have the face buttons, you have the face buttons for face button
ah
arts from Xenoblade Chronicles
yeah
2,
yeah
but
uh-huh.
your attack, it feels a bit more fluid, I feel, like
Yeah,
in Xenoblade
same
Chronicles
same.
1, right?
I like there's the indicator where if you're facing side or back now. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
thank goodness. Thank you for this. Because sometimes you can't tell, like, am I facing back? Am I facing side? I'm
It
like,
remind me a bit. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, they also have that, but they have like a ring below you, is it? Is it something like that?
oh,
Is it like a ring
was
below
it?
you? I don't remember already. Do you
I don't
recall?
remember also. I saw a ring, but I thought that's an indicator if the enemy is
Oh yeah, yeah,
attacking
yeah. That
you.
they have
Uh,
like a question, like an exclamation mark. Yeah. Is it
yeah, that
exclamation
one is
mark?
enemy attack.
Is
I
it
think
exclamation? I need to
was
double
it?
check.
It was just red. It was just red in color.
Red
It
color.
was just
All
red in
right.
color for me. Yeah. So
Okay,
I
okay.
know the enemy is attacking me and all that. But
Mm.
the ring, I saw there's like if multiple enemies are facing you, it will light up like different segments
Yeah, they have
across the ring.
different yellow
Yeah, different
stuff.
yellow each thing. Yeah, but right now I haven't played 3 now, but already I see like improvements like the side indicator. Like, oh, thank goodness they have this, so I can like optimize the
Yeah,
thing. So.
because it can be very chaotic, especially like later on down the road.
Mm.
You can be like have a bunch of people like targeting you. It's just full of bodies everywhere, and then you can't seem to know what's going on. You can only depend on am I in front, beside it to do the job? It happens sometimes. It happens sometimes. If it's just one big boss, that's fine. But when you have a bunch of smaller multiple enemies, right, and then there's a lot of them, right,
Right.
you kind of rely on that thing. I'm not sure where I am. Okay, sure, but I'm gonna just go one round just to see where am I.
Am I facing the side? Okay, let's go.
Yeah, I'm assuming that it's facing the side because you still tell me it's facing the side. So I'm just gonna hit there. So yeah, it's fun. I feel like we are in for a very good ride. Definitely still not. I think I'm. I don't think I'm even halfway there.
How
I
many are
can't.
there? How many chapters are there?
I don't know. 7, 8. I don't know.
There's 8 in total. It's less than two. Two had 10 chapters.
I'm not sure. You can check. I don't think it's
Okay.
spoiler. I don't think it's spoiler.
Yeah, it's not a spoiler. I use it to like gauge my
Expectation.
playtime. But no, not expectation. Like when I look at two, like oh, there's 10 chapters. Maybe I'll try to finish one day, one chapter, that kind of thing,
No way.
and all that. It didn't work most of the time. Okay, it didn't work most of the time. Okay, sometimes I was too tired. I was like halfway or something. You don't you like take your annoys you that you play this game so long, you play this chapter for a while, and then you feel too tired and you sleep, and then the next day you play, and then you finish the chapter in a few more seconds right after that. I'm like, oh, that happened to me in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Like, okay, I'll pause this for now, and then I'll sleep. Then the next one I play, like, oh, I could just finish it a bit and just sleep nicely. Oh, it's 7 chapters, by the way. So
Seven
you're
chapter.
kind of
Yeah,
like
so
halfway
sounds
there.
wise.
You're kind of halfway. But they're longer, right? They're like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
one chapter is like longer than two.
Yeah, certain chapter I expect to be long because like they said it's a average 120-hour game. That's like normal play if I'm not wrong, 150 hour if you want to complete everything. So like example, right, I to tell you, like example, I previously 2 days ago I was in chapter 3. I was in chapter 3 for several days
Really?
because
Several days.
there's a lot of side quests.
Okay.
because
I don't.
you
Oh,
because you get heroes,
okay.
you get optional heroes. This is not spoilers. You get optional heroes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
From SideQuest?
yep. There's a lot.
Oh, okay.
Even the director said already. To really enjoy this, go to the area that with the question marks. It could be just a normal quest, but it could be hero quests. Some of the hero quests, right, you will stumble upon no matter how one, because it's usually part of the path to go to your main quest. But there are some that you have
Oh,
to
okay.
go out of your way to do that. Do those. You won't regret it.
They
Because
will let you know it's Hero Quest, right?
yeah, most likely because there's a yellow color. Hero Quest is labeled yellow.
Oh, okay, okay,
You
okay.
will tell what it's, they'll say it's Hero Quest. That was like I spent so much time on chapter 3 just going around question marks, and then I realized that I get additional 3 or 4 heroes just on
Wow, that's
that.
pretty good.
Yeah.
And then your main characters can use their classes,
Yeah,
right? That
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's worth it. So it's worth
It is
it.
worth it. It is worth it. And but the problem is that it makes me I'm at a situation where I'm over leveled.
Oh,
Way over
okay.
well leveled.
Are you playing this on normal? You playing this on normal?
Originally when I'm at chapter 3 I'm playing normal. Okay,
Uh-huh.
imagine this lah. Imagine this. Enemies around are 20 plus leveled, 30 at best. I'm already 48, 49.
Wow, it's by
I'm
chapter
not joking.
three.
I'm not joking. Yeah, I'm not joking when I'm saying that I am over leveled. Seriously.
That's normal. That's playing on normal.
Normal. And then chapter 4 I play as hard. I still
Oh,
don't
okay.
see, maybe it's a bit harder, but I'm still over leveled.
So you,
That's just me.
holy
That's just
crap,
me.
dude.
That's just me. Because there was a place where there's this quest that I require me to
Uh,
fight certain group of people. So I'm like, I'm a very stubborn person. I want to win them. I cannot let it go. So I grind. So I'm like 1 or 2 level behind. I fight. I win. Because of that I'm over level. You get
oh,
what I'm
you,
trying to say?
wow. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So if you're not on the level, you just go somewhere else so that you're not over level like me. That's crazy. I'm waiting for the enemies to be at my level. I'm pretty much not grinding anymore. right now I'm letting the game to slowly get back into my level because I overshoot too
You just
much.
you should proceed with the story and all that,
Yeah, I may
right?
actually pursue with the story, but then there's still a lot of quests to do because like in you play like Xenoblade Chronicles 2,
Mhm.
town affinities
Yeah.
as it increase, you get quests additional quests. Same things as well. Same thing with the definitive edition where the higher your affinity, your relationship with the town, then there'll be more people more willing to open up to you. So
Mhm.
it's the same thing
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So except that or the one that in Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is colonies lah. So let's say you are able to access these colonies. Again, no
Uh-huh.
spoilers. You'll be able to build up affinities with these colonies. Higher you go, additional star you get, then you get more quests. I'll just say that at rush.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I've,
so there's a lot of side quests. Some of them short, some of them long. The quality of the hero quests are not same as well. Some of them are a little bit more in depth. Some of them like just now, I just did
mhm.
something very simple, then I got it already. But it could be because I'm over leveled. But I find that particular one very quick. Yeah.
I see.
hmm So
Okay.
again, I'm not spoiling anything. I'm just telling you that just go and just approach all the question marks.
Yeah,
You're gonna
man.
explore anyway.
Okay.
You're gonna explore anyway.
I
So
feel I feel like I might abandon a game or two releases.
Jesus, I need to stop talking.
No, probably I'll finish Survive. I'll finish Survive first, and then I'll go focus on Xenoblade 3.
Hmm.
And then maybe those other games that might come
Some
out,
break, man.
I'll, I'll just play on stream or whatever, or if
Hmm.
I'm not streaming, I'll just play 3 and all that. So yeah, that could be it. That
Yeah.
could be it. We'll see how. We'll see.
All right. Okay.
So,
I don't want to dwell on this too long already, but I'll just give a few more my thoughts on the game. First off, I'll just say that majority of the what I play so far, I love it. But a few gripes are number one.
mhm.
Like in Xenoblade Chronicles 1, when you get to Gao
Yeah.
Plains, you get to Gao Plains.
Uh-huh.
When you
Yeah,
Xenoblade
yeah, yeah.
Chronicles 2, when you get to Gormod Province, the
Uh-huh.
music, the music.
Yeah, yeah. The music.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3, they did something similar as well. It's called Medic Meadows or something like that. The music
Mm.
is released on Twitter, on their Facebook page, so on their YouTube
Oh,
as well.
Medic Man. I think
Medic
I saw that, but I
Meadows.
didn't listen. But
Yeah,
I didn't listen.
yeah. My problem is I don't think it matches the quality of the epicness of
Oh,
Gao
see,
Plains
really?
and that's just me.
And go
Because
more. Go.
yeah, like Gao Plains like wow, you feel like it's an open area, right? Gomod, same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
It still remains one of my
Uh,
most favorite music
um,
of all time.
Gomor,
Uh, mm,
Gomor, both. I did. I didn't expect Gomor to sound that good for the first time I heard it.
so epic,
I
man.
heard it in Torna. I heard it in Torna. Torna had that jazz
Mhm.
cool thing. It was very calm and nice. But then the bass came like, holy crap! This the same Gormod theme I heard in Torna? I'm like, oh my god, this is the night theme is all the night themes are pretty chill and all that. But the day theme, man, the day version is literally night and day, those
Mhm.
sounds. Like the day version is always the hype one.
It's the kind of music that you want to listen to at the background when you're like exploring when you're going on an adventure, you're like on a train or you're like driving to somewhere. You want that music to be at the background for Gao Plains and Gormod Province. You want those kind of music.
Mhm.
But for me, the equivalent for one in Simple Chronicles 3, for some reason it doesn't hit that hard. Maybe I need to listen a bit longer lah, but it takes a little bit longer to hit lah, which technically it should not, because
Mhm.
usually at those kind of big open green grassy areas, that kind of music is supposed to
Yeah.
hook you instantly lah, but it didn't hook me that much lah. And besides that, what other nitpicky stuff? Music is one. Collectopedia.
Oh, the
Yeah.
collectopedia,
Collectopedia, if I'm not wrong.
Clap, kleptopedia.
Collectopedia. So, the collectopedia in this case, right, is you can help several. I mean, like several colonies, right? There are people requesting for help, so they request certain
Uh-huh.
stuff in the collectopedia. So
Yeah, yeah.
when you have the enough stuff, then you just submit lah. I kind of wish that they will be a bit easier to submit because every single time I have to press and hold, done, and then talk. Press and hold, done, talk. So this it's just not streamlined on that one. So I think aside from that, I love the game a lot. The game is definitely very dark sometimes because it deal with death.
Mhm.
Death is a very
Yeah.
prevalent thing in the game.
Even the
Uh
first few seconds story already.
yes, and
Right.
I think you're not there yet, but I think maybe by the end of chapter two, yeah, it makes you want to hit someone in the face.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you want to hit someone in the face. I think
Okay.
even chapter three also you want to hit someone in the face. every chapter ends with you want to hit someone in the face.
Okay, that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot, really.
Yeah, it's just that the way they treat death lah, the way they treat life lah. That I think that it's on theme lah. It's on theme lah. But overall,
Okay.
I love the game so much. I can't wait for you to play more. Then we can discuss a bit more.
Okay. Yep.
Let's talk
We'll see. We'll
about
see how.
let's talk about Digimon Survive. So,
Okay.
what do you think about the
So
game?
Digimon's um I can tell you the story is really engaging in the sense that the mystery is there, the suspense is there, the horror is there. I don't like the horror part lah, but the mystery is very interesting. The horror part, like I play during the day. Like I was like, okay, I don't. I feel like I'm not gonna stream survive at night for a while. I mean, you see my reaction live, and how I feel about it. So I just play it. I just play it during the day. And like, oh, okay, okay. Oh, there's a jump scare. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Wait, there's jump
Okay,
scare in
I'm
the
still.
game. There are jump scare in the game. I don't know. Is
There's
there?
not to spoil anything, but it's in a sense, yeah, 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 but not much, not much
Okay.
that you think. That how I explain it. It's not that many.
Okay.
But anyway, the story is interesting. How you see the relationship between these kids and the Digimon is so different than what you see in the anime. It's more anxiety feel because they enter into the digital world without realizing they're in the digital world, right?
Mhm.
So I mean, you saw it through the first gameplay. They like suddenly in the digital world, not
Oh yeah.
not like in the opening of Digimon's adventure. The first one,
Spinning,
they enter a
spinning.
portal, spinning, and then you can obviously see the trees are digitized or whatever. But this one is exactly one like where they came from, and then they got confused like how come the school is very old here, but the food is still okay to eat and all
Okay.
that kind of thing.
That sounds
So yeah, they
awesome.
had that sounds awesome, right? But but then these teenagers, like they really feel like they're really scared lah. Like
Mm,
some people kill it together, some people like losing it, and then that leads to something amazing happen, sort of.
mhm,
I
mhm,
want to
mm.
spoil it, but early on you'll see this development very early on. I think in the first 5 chapters already. I know the producer already said don't spoil anything after chapter 5. So I'm already in chapter 6. So I cannot say anything right
Mm,
months after the release of Survive. But the first, I think he's okay with the first 5 chapters to spoil, but I won't spoil it to you. I want you to go through it and
mhm.
all that. But if you're not the guy who's like into visual novels, a lot of reading, a lot of dialogue, then I suggest you skip it. But if you're okay, like watching an anime, whatever, you can even auto the dialogue. That's fine. So you like watching an anime, and then the moment you fight, it's you just you can even auto battle it. You can even auto. I just want to get through the story, right? So I just auto battle and then just set the fight to easy, and then put the auto battle to full digivolve battle. So all my partner Digimons like evolve by themselves, and then they will just kick butt like that. Because the I just want to get over with the story, and that's the interesting part of Survive. Actually, the story, the visual novel, the gameplay, the tactics, they can just skip it. To be honest, they don't need to have to put it. A lot of people agree this thing should have been an anime instead of a game.
Yeah, sounds like it, huh?
Yeah. It sounds like it could have been an anime, and it could have been the dark Digimon anime that people have the Digimon fans have wanted it to be, because all
Mm.
the Digimon fans have grown up, right? And this is the mature, and it has mature elements that involves depression, anxiety, whatever in a foreign world. So that's exactly what Digimon Survive is. So yeah, but I gotta admit, the visual novel part of the game is pretty well done. It's not like a 2D background and a 2D character, and they chase visuals just like that. They able to make it like a bit of 3D-ish, like
Hmm.
you're first person, and then you see your character at the back, and you
There's a
see
little bit
that
of a
you can,
perspective change and stuff like that, right?
yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
I
lot
realized
of,
that too. That's
and
pretty cool.
it's cool, but at the same time, when they turn around, I feel a bit afraid, like it might be a jump scare or whatever. Like sometimes this character would say, "Oh, there's something behind you," and then my character moves. I'm like, "Oh shit, no, no!" And yeah, you have that moments like you're the one who created the jump scare, not the game. So that
I don't
yeah.
know, but I might not buy the game. I might just go YouTube and just see some gameplay walkthrough of different paths. But I did get
Yeah.
spoiled a bit of one of the so called the death scene.
Oh, okay.
I think
Okay.
it gave me the vibe of, I'm not sure. Are you aware of a game called Corpse Party?
Oh, yes, I am aware, but I don't
Yeah,
know how it plays.
I mean it's like a RPG Maker style a horror game.
Horse
It's up
Horse
down left right
Party.
Corpse Party. It's more it's not much on visual novels, but it does have visual novel ish kind of aspect. But more but you most of the time you get to explore an abandoned school, and then
Okay.
in terms of the horror aspect of it, right? The way like the sound effects and stuff, right? It reminds me of Corpse Party. And although I'm not sure, because the death scene I saw from the footages I saw from Digimon Survive, for me is like, okay lah. I mean, like it's a death scene, yeah, but there's not like very gory kind of death scene. So I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
So
It's messed up, but it's not as gory as you
yeah,
mentioned
yeah,
in other games.
yeah. Corpse Party can get gory. But it just gave me the similar kind of vibe, but just with Digimon. So I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know. I was a bit I was a bit disappointed that the tactics part. I heard this is in reviews, by the way. It's not like spoiler.
Yeah.
They didn't
Mhm.
evolve it, so called evolve it. It's the same. They didn't like ramp up, right? It's like
Is
if
very basic. It's
it's like
very
yeah,
basic, to be honest.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just like there's nothing. It's like when you at the end of the game or something, you get cool units or something, and then you get this cool moves that affect the whole map or whatever.
Mm,
I think you'll get that in the Mega Digimons, but right now, so far, I feel like all the Digimons attacks like it's either AOE
mhm.
or it's not even AOE. It's like is the range is far. Like if you go to Champion, the range are further than your rookie Digimons, and then when you go to Ultimate, it's even further. It's basically just like that. Nothing to be um nothing to be praised about the tactics aspect of the game. It's just
I would rather
like
they just switch the tactics part to Rumble Arena fighting.
oh my
I
god,
think that would be awesome.
that that would have been more emotionally sad because one moment in the game requires you to. I don't want to spoil it, but it requires a very emotional part of the game where. But then I didn't feel it because I just auto battle it and then I set it. I set it to very easy because I want to know what happens next because the technical was so boring to be honest. It's just because uh the Digimon cool. They look cool. I gotta admit the Digimon sprites looks cool lah, but I would prefer it in 3D, like Cyber Sleuth 3D. That would have been cooler. But
Mm.
yeah, it's just unappealing to be honest.
Yeah. So
Hello.
in that case, right? Do you think that I think during the beginning part, right, where they actually like a lot of people finally got the game and play it, they realized that the game is not exactly what they wanted. what they
Ah,
expected. Let's just put it this way, not they wanted, what they
yeah.
expected. Then they review bomb it. Do you think it's justifiable?
I don't think so, man. I don't
Did
know.
are they were they upfront? Were they upfront that it's like majority of the game is visual novel? I'm not really that
I
familiar.
I can remember the early trailers that I saw way back then, 4 years ago. They did show a lot of the tactics part of
Oh
the game,
shit.
and
Okay.
and the vid and the visual novel part was like a was something that you go through the dialogue like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I would imagine those people who review Vomit were the ones that saw the first trailer and got hyped. Like, oh, it's a tactics Digimon game, finally, something different than the turn-based RPG or the Digimon World gameplay. But yeah, this is what people expected to be a tactics Digimon game, but they end up getting a 90% of visual novel.
Oh, you're
Which we
even you are
which
even more specific, 90%, huh? Other people give like 70%.
Oh, is it a lot of people say 90%, and I would agree to them because the part of where I reach tactics part is either slightly midway or at the end of a chapter.
Damn.
And then you enter like what's that thing? You can do free battle actually. If you like that tactics aspect, you can do free battle all the time if you want, just to recruit Digimon.
Okay,
And
okay.
then oh, by the way, the how you recruit Digimon is you talk to them just like Shin Megami Tensei
Oh yeah, yeah. That
style.
was awesome. That
Yeah.
was interesting. That was
That was
interesting.
interesting, but it's also annoying if you don't know the answers,
Oh,
which
that's
they
that's
they,
kind of
they
like
would
a that's
they
like an
would
internet
repeat
thing, right?
questions though. That's the internet thing. Yeah, I would check online just to get the
Yeah.
best answers, just to fill
Mm-hmm.
up the bar.
Mm-hmm.
The gripe is that they will repeat questions,
Okay.
and then the answers are the same,
Uh-huh.
but then you got to think which Digimon likes which answer the best, and that's about it. And if you don't get it, and sometimes you can't tell. Like you watch the anime, right, and you would think this Digimon would be nicer or even more mischievous, and then
Mm-hmm.
you try to answer according to what you think, what you remember from the anime,
No, right?
and then it
No.
wasn't, and then no, it's like total opposite. I'm like,
Jeez.
crap. Okay, I'll just check the internet where people would just give me the right answers. So yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
For a game that I think the very last Digimon game came out when Digimon don't come out very often, right?
Yeah.
And
They're not like Pokemon.
I kind of feel that that's just me, lah, right? I agree with you. It felt like this game's supposed to be done in anime, and then that should be it. I think
Mhm.
you would do very well. Um, I feel like a game it's a game where they finally like show people that hey, we are back, but we
Yeah.
done it in the visual novel form. It doesn't feel right, man.
It's even worse when it got delayed for so long.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, since 4 years ago. It's supposed to come out last year. It was supposed to come out 4 years ago.
Why do you think
But
they delayed though? Is it because of the story? I don't think they put
um
much stock on the tactics, right?
yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's the tactics part. I think it's the story part of the game to perfect the story, I think, because I think to program the visual novel part is not that hard in Bandai Namco's case, but I think they do want to develop the story even more,
Hmm.
and that's about it. Maybe they
Interesting.
added more elements. That's why it's more visual novel. The tactics parts, like I said, is just nothing to celebrate about. It's very basic. I think you have more. You enjoy Final Fantasy Tactics, the original PS1, more
Obviously.
than this one.
If you or else if you want just play like Triangle Strategy or whatever, what are DOF Chronicles or whatever that's coming out. Those
Yeah,
are like much more fleshed out the
yeah,
tactics game. Wow. I have to say this by me explaining to you about Xenoblade Chronicles 3 makes you want to play Xenoblade Chronicles 3 more. By you explaining Digimon Survive to me makes me not want to play that.
yeah. I,
the
I I I think you're better off.
just
You're
watch
better
it.
off watch every death happen in Digimon Survive than just go through the story or whatever. Oh,
The
maybe wait. I think an anime might come. I can feel it. I feel like an anime adaptation of this game might come out. I can feel it because they have so much dialogue already. They can literally reuse the voice lines and just re-record some lines, some extra lines, and then call it an anime easily, easily. So pray for that one. Pray for that one to come out for you.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. I feel like it's a what a bad comparison when we talk about Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and Digimon Survive at the same time.
It's day and night. It's
That's
day and
that's
night.
that's that's totally different thing. Um, yeah, let's move on to another topic. I think these two will be more on the rapid fire, but I do need some opinion from you. Let's talk
Okay.
about. Wow, this is a mouthful. Let's talk about the Microsoft acquisition on Activision Blizzard. So basically,
Yeah.
I think a week or two ago, it's been revealed. A news came out that regulatory bodies are because the deal. Activision Blizzard is a big company, and Microsoft is spending a lot of
Mhm.
money to acquire them. So it's involved big money. So regulatory bodies is gonna involve lah. So they actually ask opinion from tech companies, including gaming companies, of what they think about this deal. Do they think it's a good thing? Do they do not think it's a good thing? Majority of the
Yeah,
ish,
yeah.
the majority of the player they seems okay. I heard that Apple just doesn't care. Apple didn't even reply. So I'm
Apple
like,
just blue tick the thing.
sure, whatever you say.
We have Apple Arcade, but nothing to worry about.
Yeah, we're gonna keep with our with our mobile games. Um, so apparently the only one that makes it even sadder. The only one that's like really opposing it is Sony. Is they are the sole company that's raising concern lah. Basically, it's the usual stuff like particularly on Call of
Mhm.
Duty. Call of Duty
Yeah,
franchise,
yeah,
which
yeah,
they
yeah.
say that the game is so popular, the franchise is so big that it's big enough that it dictates which console that players gonna pick down the
Mhm,
road,
mhm.
which
Yeah,
happens.
it happens. Yeah.
On the Xbox 360 is pretty much the Call of Duty console, and then after that
Mhm.
PlayStation 4 is the Call of Duty console, and then that's
Yeah,
where
yeah, yeah.
they win quite a bit. So what they say is got merits. I'm not gonna deny that. So Sony for what Sony thing is if Call of Duty becomes a Xbox exclusive again, see going back again full circle,
No, yeah.
Sony won't have a similar IP within their hands. I don't think they have that can rival the popularity of Call of Duty. So
Mhm.
um and the fear that the fans of the franchise will just ditch PlayStation and move on to Xbox again. And then there is actually a follow up where Microsoft actually counter, and they're trying to be nice lah and say that actually Call of Duty
Actually,
actually Call of Duty
actually,
may not be that important as you think, because even if one day Call of Duty doesn't exist anymore, the gaming industry still keep going, right? In a way, I
mm,
guess you understand as well, because humanity, once they play finish one consume one thing, if that thing is gone, they just bitch about it for like several days and then they just move on, right? So
yeah,
technically
yeah.
speaking, I agree with them as well. Um, and then what's it called? Then there's another update where basically these two companies are like primary school students, primary school friends fighting against each other, to a point where Microsoft is saying that um Microsoft is fighting back, where he says that um they reveal that Sony also did all this kind of not so good practices where they are buying IPs to like block those IPs from appearing on Game Pass, which I believe because that's called business, because because that's called business strategy. You want to do what you can to um not give your competitors the edge lah. So I don't know. This whole thing just feels very stupid. And what do you think? Do you think that if Microsoft actually finally gets Activision Blizzard, do you think that the most of the fan player base will be finally swayed towards Xbox?
I'm just my question is how come Sony is just worried about Call of Duty leaving PlayStation when
Yeah,
they have
true.
all those other titles like
Good
they
question.
got God of War, they got still got some good first party games around PlayStation. So and it's not like Call of Duty is headlining PlayStation sales, right? It's more like the first party or even those famous third party like Final Fantasy or whatever headlining PS sales than um, Call of Duty. I don't remember seeing Call of Duty or any because Call of Duty came out every year, right? So
Mhm.
I guess the sales keep diminishing. So I don't see their numbers properly. Like they don't even see. I don't see much in the top five sales. Like if God of War comes out, it will be God of War, or Last of Us, or Ghost of Tsushima. You will see these few names, but I rarely see Call of Duty up there being part of PlayStation's most played game ever on the console.
My counter on that is I'm not sure do they usually reveal, but did they reveal like how many people spend what like on phones, right? The app
Yeah.
stores, right? They'll say like the top paid or
Oh,
whatever.
okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
There are a lot of people that plays Call of Duty or whatever. They actually they spend a lot
Yeah.
on them like microtransactions and loot boxes or whatever it
Uh-huh.
is. Especially with Warzone, if I'm not wrong, is Warzone on PlayStation as well.
So yeah, yeah,
Um,
Vanguard. Yeah.
yeah, so Sony might treat these as I don't care whether these games are on the top selling in the week or month or year, but they always give in money, like sort of like the cash cow, like it's like I don't need
Mm,
them to be like creative. But they always bring in money. So I kind of feel that it could be that though, because
maybe.
God of War once finished already, less
That's
people's
true.
gonna
That's
gonna
true.
buy it, right? But Call of Duty, once people buy it, more more people's gonna spend on it.
That's true. In a sense of live service, yeah, I think Call of Duty would be number one on that chart to give in to get money where PlayStation will have a bit of revenue, right? Coming from
Mm-hmm.
it, buying directly from PSN. So they will
Mm-hmm.
get like most of that from Call of Duty compared to like what Destiny 2 or even what else Genshin Impact maybe. But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, but if that's concerned, Sony I would expect them to go to like EA or whatever to like help help produce a better battlefield or something to fight to to fight Call of Duty since it's owned by Microsoft now. Like hey EA, why here's some Sony money to make your battlefield much better, and you'll be headlining the PlayStation 5 shooter season now instead of Call of Duty. I thought they could have done that instead. Show the concern there.
We'll call it
You know.
Battlefield 2246.
Yeah. Yeah, slightly more than 2042.
Jeez. I don't know. I just feel like this whole thing is so stupid. I'm like s- um it just feels like both people are fighting against each other. Um I'm like Sony has always been the biggest player, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like finally someone threatened them already, and then they are like start to like feel that they are being their position is
Bullied.
being they're being bullied by, but in reality, from a Nintendo fan perspective, they have always been the one that's bullying. Because there I feel like there are a lot of games where they don't want to in at the background now, even though it may not be black and white, they kind of like make it to a point with the publishers where you should not put this on other platforms. Example, Persona.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
Persona 5. I don't think there's a black and white that says that it has to be on only on PlayStation.
They they could be an exclusive contract or like a time exclusive kind of thing
Yeah,
because you gotta remember that one is um it was on PlayStation for quite a long time, right? Until Strikers came out, then it
yeah.
comes on Switch and also PlayStation. So I don't know if it's Sega or Atlas thing that is decided, or is it in the contract with Sony that it did? Because Persona series has always been on PlayStation this whole time.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, one and two got ported to PSP, and then three was on PS2. Four was also on PS2, and then it's
it's
on
just
Vita.
PlayStation. It's just
It's just
PlayStation all the
PlayStation,
way.
yeah. So
And
maybe in the contract
mm,
wise, Sony had that Persona 5 in their grasp for a while, up until the sequel came out, Strikers came out. Then they're like, "Oh, okay, here you
I'm
go."
also
And
wondering
then,
whether if they finally realize that, like, I'm not sure how much Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal sells, because I always put it this way, right? PlayStation always, they are the biggest player, no doubt, but
oh,
they have like the biggest user base, player base, like 100 million something. But their games, right, always sell like, in terms of the purchase rate, right, it's usually like 2 million, 3 million. Even their biggest first party franchise, like let's say God of War, whatever it is, right? How many do they really sell? Do they sell like 10 million, 20 million? No, right?
no,
Do
not that much.
this? Yeah. So when you talk about the attach rate, right? You have the most player base, but your attachment rate is not that high. Whereas if you talk about like for the
Mm.
Switch, right? There was a time where, like, a few years ago, where, like, how many people? Like half of the 50% or 40% of the people actually own a certain amount of games on the Switch. That's like really high attachment rate. I always look at the attachment rate. I didn't really care about how many user base you have, player base you have, although that would be great. But your attachment rate is low, no point also, right? I'm pretty sure
That's true. That's true.
developers, publishers also would think that way. It's like,
Hmm.
do you want to just put your game in a platform that has a lot of player base but not a lot of people buying it, or do you want to put it on like a Switch where a bunch of people are playing it? So I'm like, it's just kind of weird to me now, because until now, right, I was actually expecting like a Final Fantasy 7 remake to come to Game Pass. It's such a long game already.
It's
Such a
yeah,
it's more than a year already, and I heard there's
it
rumor
has.
that they say it's supposed to go to the Game Pass, um, but then it didn't happen, and then it seems like Sony managed to do something where they keep with them for another year or two, because part two is coming out, right?
Yeah,
So
part
I'm
two is
like,
coming out.
I feel like it's
I
basically,
think
at the all in all, it's just businesses fighting each other to get the upper edge lah. I just feel like, and right now it just becomes a more surface level fighting, slapping each other, trying to find faults against each other. So I don't know. It just feels kind of interesting, and kind of console war-ish. It just feels the fight that, even though they always say don't, there's no such thing as console wars, but this is console wars. This is console
mm,
wars.
it's a real culture war, man. They just want to like overcome each other when when the one that brings them money is gone, and go to the enemy lines, go inside enemy lines and whatnot, and then they're like, no, my golden goose, my hidden golden goose is gone.
And they start to complain, and then actually they themselves do it.
There's another article I saw, like they say like Sony prevented some games to be part of the Game
Yeah,
Pass.
that's what I
I
mentioned.
remember
Yeah,
seeing. Yeah,
the
yeah, you mentioned that right.
yeah. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that's happened. I'm pretty sure that happened.
This definitely happened.
But then both side also happens. Both side also did, what, like Bethesda, the Starfield supposed to go to PlayStation as well. Right now it's like it's exclusive to Xbox, and it's coming day one to Game Pass. So imagine, right, if Call of Duty comes out, right, it's multi-platform, right, it come out first day
Mm-hmm.
one on Game Pass, and then
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation, right, you have to pay
Yeah.
$70. Imagine if Microsoft, they increase the price, increase the price so much, just to entice people. You spend $70-$80 for this game on PlayStation, but then if you pay us 9.99 USD, you can play it on Game Pass.
Yeah,
Which way is
I think
better?
so.
Which is better, bro?
It's definitely their strategy. It's definitely their strategy. They haven't
the
they haven't put. the Blizzard games
Oh,
in
not
Game
yet.
Pass, right?
Yeah, I want to play some of
Yeah,
the older Call of Duty
and they're
games
waiting
on
for
Game
it.
Pass.
I feel like they're waiting for it. They're waiting for the right time to announce it. Probably, I don't know, probably around when Diablo 4 comes out, or
Oh
if it's too
shit,
late, it might.
Diablo. You're
Yeah,
right.
Diablo 4 definitely gonna come in day one for sure,
I want to
right?
play
But
Diablo
it,
3. Haven't even played. I want to
oh,
play
Diablo
that.
3.
Yeah, I want
Yeah,
to
yeah,
play.
it'll definitely come in Game Pass for sure.
Cool, cool. Just let
So
them fight, and then we'll see if there's any update. Then if it's funny, then we will include that. But for now, it's just cat and dog fights. That's really 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 funny. It's out in the open
yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
All right,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
let's end it with the last topic for the day, which is it's old news already, but we have to talk about it, which is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, you saw the Nintendo presentation, right?
Yes, I did. I did.
Yeah. So what do you think? Basically, I'll just list down a few of the features. First off, rideable legendaries at the very beginning. From the early game, which I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen because it seems that your whole gimmick of the world is traveling through bikes, whether is
Mhm.
it a traditional looking bike and or the futuristic looking bike. So what do you think about the rideable ones, legendaries?
Uh, it looks cool. I mean, I think I shared it to you guys. Like they're. I don't know. I share it in my Facebook page. They look like Kamen Rider, Ryuki,
Oh
and Knights.
yeah.
All ultimate attack. I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool. It get to fulfill my Kamen Rider Ryuki fantasy by getting the red one, getting the
Oh
Scarlet
yeah.
Legendary,
But then
and
I heard a lot of
we
people love the other one, the
the,
blue one where it's a bit more
the
futuristic.
more future, but
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm a sucker for color red, so that one was appealing to me.
you like the punk-ish
The punkish.
riders. It's true.
I like the rough.
Yeah, you like mohawk, and then black jackets, black
Yeah,
torn jeans.
I don't know if that reflects your character in Pokemon, but sure, why not? Let's go.
Imagine if they let you download the DLC for the hairstyles. That would be funny,
Holy
isn't
crap,
it?
dude! Oh my god, the hairstyle to the Pokemon. Holy crap!
That
That
would be
way,
funny.
I don't know how it'll.
Pokemon fashion is real. Pokemon fashion is
but
real.
like, but eliminating bicycles, the staple of Pokemon with rideable legendaries, that's a very bold move
Yeah. I
for a
mean,
Pokemon company to do so.
in a way, they want to evolve, so called evolve their franchise as
Ooh,
well, right? Because
yeah,
bicycle to motorbikes, in a way,
yeah.
that's a big jump because those are small kids. I mean, if you,
and, and they're
I mean,
riding very strong mystic beings like it's nothing.
since when Pokemon
Like
has ever been realistic anyway, right?
that's true. Then why are we complaining? Why are we complaining? We're complaining children riding rideable monsters when rideable monsters shouldn't exist in the first place.
Comparing bicycles, if you want to evolve it, you can't make it into scooter. That sounds lame. Uh, you just gotta be like a Ducati style, Ducati style
Yeah,
motorbikes, right? But what do you think? Like the legendaries become the bicycles, the motorbikes itself. Apparently, it can change and go through the water, the ocean, and it can even fly. That's quite crazy. And the fact that you actually get to meet them during the very early part of the game
yeah.
already, that's mm,
That's the surprising part for me. Like, wow, that early? That early you can get the legendary? So will you be too OP or I don't know how it works. It
I'm not
seems you have to play the game.
I have a feeling
They
that
didn't say,
that
right?
they didn't say, but I have a feeling that you're able to ride them only as rideable only.
Oh,
Then later on, maybe they feel you have a bond. Maybe you feel that it's time. he trusts you enough to really own it to be the master, then you will
Okay.
fight it. So maybe you don't get to
Okay.
use it, or else you can use it for the very beginning for what? Immediately you win already. What? No worries, no worries, no worries, no
Sorry, sorry,
worries,
sorry. Yeah,
no worries. Yeah. So I don't know. I just feel it's just very interesting the way they change things lah. It also shows that Pokemon is the company that they are willing to try something new.
yeah.
Just of course accept the graphics part lah, because the graphics
The
part
graphics
still
looks the same.
it's
So it's the
okay.
same.
It's okay. I mean, what do you expect? I haven't even played Arceus, so I cannot
If
complain.
they improve the Pokemon models, which I think they're the same since
Sword and
X
Shield.
and Y. So
Oh, in
no,
terms
X
of
and
the
Y.
portion, if you talk about the body size and stuff, I think it's the same thing. They just turn it into I think they just turn it into 3D. That's all. Or maybe it's been 3D all along, but they just made it into like cartoon. All right, so
Okay.
rideable legendaries, co-op multiplayer. I think. Oh,
I think it's about time.
yeah. Didn't they
Yeah, I can
do
still
that in the
hear
last
you.
one? Did they do that in Legends Arceus? Legends Arceus solo, right?
Uh,
Solo,
I
right?
think
Largest.
I guess it's solo. I guess it's solo.
Sword and
They did
Shield.
the multiplayer one was in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
Oh, in terms of co-op, couch co-op, I remember that one. That was fun.
Yeah, that was
Uh,
kind of cool. Yeah,
I think they do that for Sword and Shield also,
they
but
did. I
Sword and
didn't play Sword and
Shield,
Shield.
I think it's the Dynamax one where you get to. Yeah, I think during the Dynamax battles where you get
Oh
to,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like
That one,
four
that one.
people, but it's only during that four people. Whereas I think for this one, you can just go inside different worlds, different other people's worlds.
Mhm.
Four players in one for the very beginning. So that's the first. You're right. That's the very first. I also like the school treasure hunt team. Basically, you are from a different school. And the theme of the game is treasure hunting. That part is a bit weird. I don't really understand, but I like the school setting lah. I like the school setting. I just don't know why. How does that gel with the rideable bikes? the where you where you need to go to gas stations to to fill up your bikes. That was weird. But then the most intriguing part is really like really open world lah. By that I mean you get to tackle any gym you want.
Yeah. Finally, like about time. Usually, it's like you have to follow a certain
I've
order
always
and
need
all
to go
that.
certain part, right? Do they get to get did have they ever let you wait. Actually the first game, the red blue also let you do optional one, right? You can
I
either
can
go
actually.
for the fire volcano one and or you can go to the Kuga one. Is it Kuga? Kuja, is it Kuga or whatever? Is it the ninja
Which
one?
one?
For Gen
Was
1,
it?
Gen 1.
I think that's Gen 2.
Is it no? Wait, Gen 1 there's
The
a place
Gen.
where you get to go to the fire base one, the old man with a bold old man.
Oh,
Either
yeah, okay,
that
that's one.
or
That's
the
one. That's Gen
ninja.
1.
Or the
Was it?
ninja there. I
Yeah,
think so though.
Ninja.
I think so though. That was cool. I think they did the same thing for
Apuli
Gen
lah.
2. I think they did the same thing for
Oh,
Gen 2 as well.
so yeah, but it's just a minor
Yeah,
choice thing. It's not like you. It's not like you can do it the first time, and it's not even open world, that kind of
yeah.
thing.
But
This
this
one
one
is
is
like you
open
can.
world.
I
But
Yeah, this is a very open world.
I heard that they say the gyms are not scalable. So say um your level, right? Let's say most likely all of them is gonna be, let's say, certain level like level 20. You go to gym one
Mhm.
level 20. You
Mm.
level up your one are all level 30, 40 already. You go to the last gym, it's still level
So,
20. I don't know how that
well,
works. That's so weird.
they might. I don't know if they're gonna do level scaling based on your
I don't
character.
think so.
Maybe
I don't
they
think
don't. They
so.
won't.
I heard there's not. I heard there's not.
And then
That's kind of weird. It'll be like Breath of the Wild situation already, isn't it? Where you go to certain there are like certain guardians where it's like the boss is a bit easier, Sorry, it's a
Mhm.
bit harder, but then you defeat that, then you go to a certain other like the water one, that is easier. They didn't scale. They never scale. Your weapon you
Maybe
get
they,
more and
mm,
more power.
yeah,
I don't know. It
but
feels kind of weird.
they should do level scaling. If not, it will be like, oh, we should just level up till the max and then just beat up beat up everyone.
In one
It'll be so
hit,
breezy in one.
Maggie Carp
Yeah.
tackle.
Let me train my magic up to level 100 and then just one hit all these gyms.
That would be funny though, because I from what I heard, there's no level scaling when it comes to gyms.
They should mention that, but then we're like a few months away. They should have mentioned it by now.
You would think that's common sense, right? You would think, right?
Yeah, yeah, it could have been that way.
I don't know about Pokemon though. You would think that's common sense.
Mhm.
Lastly, there's this thing called terrestrialized form.
Oh, okay, the
Terrestrialized
gems,
form.
the
The
gem one.
crystal. Is it gem? Crystal or
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is. That was
It looks like
interesting.
gems.
What do you think about that? Where they cover in like
It,
crystal.
it's very interesting. Like sometimes they say, I remember they say the element would change depending on how it is, right?
Yeah, you
Right.
can be different.
So
That's the RNG part I feel. That is the RNG part.
yeah, that's the RNG part. So
So it's that you can catch different kind of Pikachu's, and then each of them could be have different kind of forms. Maybe they're like four forms now, right? But there is still a variety, right? That was weird.
this, but gotta see how it works out. Like how it plays out nicely.
But do you like the
Like how
designs?
the design looks funny. I can tell you that
It looks funny.
they're not as they're not as at least Giga. What's that? Sorry, Shield. What
Mega, there's like Mega Evolution. There's like
the
Gigantamax.
yeah Gigamax or whatever. Gigamax at least has some cool like it end up being a kaiju level
Yeah.
battle or whatever. But then this one, it's I don't know what it's supposed to mean.
Yeah, it's like you're wearing different kind of crowns. There's like a lot of different kind of
Yeah.
crowns. Like, what?
Mm.
Why? It's like, what? I still like the Mega Evolution from X and Y. For some reason, that actually makes Pokemon feel very mature. Whereas like Gigantamax is pretty much like a bloated version of
Yeah, yeah.
Pokemon, and this one just feels like weird.
Mm.
This one
Yeah.
just feels kind of weird. But overall, we'll see how it goes. I have not played any Pokemon game. I have not played a mainline Pokemon game on Switch yet.
Yeah, same here. I haven't played anything at all on Switch.
I just
Except
kind
for
of
let's
mm,
go easy. That's about it.
that one is perfect to play with kids.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's really
Yeah,
nice.
I wish they would do more.
Like that, right?
Yeah, because
Mm.
it's just good for the kids. The kids love to be able to throw the Pokeball
Lots to
and then
throw
catch.
things.
But be careful not to throw the whole Joy-Con out. Um, yeah, I wish they would do that for like Gen 2, because Gen 2 is my favorite. Gen
Yeah.
2 is one of my
Yeah,
favorite.
I grew up with Gen 2, man. Gen 1 was a bit. Gen
Gen 2
2,
Gen
man.
1
Gen 2.
okay. Gen 2 is like the shit. It's like two game in one.
Yeah. Yeah, Gen 2 was longer
Don't you
than Gen
think
1.
would you want like a future Pokemon game where they just have several worlds in one? Like you can even go back to like
They just
where Gen 1, 2 and 3 is or something like that.
yeah, dude. I thought they would do that in like future games, but no. But Gen 2 was like after you finish your Elite Four,
Mm-hmm.
suddenly you're back in the
Mm-hmm.
original place. Or like, oh wow, you have to fight everyone here now, and then fight their Elite Four, and the final boss was Red, your original
Yeah.
character. I'm like, what?
That was
Mind blown! Like mind blown! I'm fighting my own self that I
yeah,
played.
that was awesome. That's also, I mean, in to be fair, that was when the time where there's no social media. YouTube is not there.
Oh, yeah. No spoilers
So
whatsoever.
I same as you, where when I thought the game is finished, then they say, Then there's something happen and say you can actually take the train to go to go to the old place. What?
Oh my god. Okay.
The cool part is that you get to see different things happening in World One, the Gen One. Also, there's like city developments, several things change and stuff like that. So that's
Yeah.
kind of cool, lah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so
Yeah,
Pokemon, we'll
man.
see how it goes. I think you need to
Our
bring me back.
Pokemon Gen 2 remake. Let's go.
Let's go, Gen Two. Let's go,
Let's
Gen
go.
Two, Gen Two.
Let's go Cyndaquil and let's go Totodile,
I
whatever.
don't think it's marketable though. I'm so sorry. I don't think it's very marketable though. It
I
could
think
be
so
it
too.
could be let's go Pichu or
Oh, maybe.
let's go Togepi or something.
Pichu, yeah. Oh, maybe that could work.
Yeah, it could be
That
one of
could
those,
work.
but they don't very
Like,
actually they don't mind lah, because Pikachu and PV also not much difference also, right?
yeah, the Eevee was not that popular. I mean, Pikachu is the popular one.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. All right, I think
Yeah.
that's all the time we have for today. I think Adri
All
needs
right.
to help the children sleep already.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just finish the outro.
Okay,
I want
okay.
to thank Adri for being here. I know it's not easy, but
It's not.
I
It's
really appreciate it.
no
Okay.
worries. No
So
worries.
to everyone else, please like, comment, subscribe, all the stuff, and if you, our podcast is also in all the ways you can listen to podcasts like Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and stuff like that. So if you are not able to see, if you don't want to see our handsome faces, you can just listen to our melody voices. I hope one of those, either that. All right, we'll see you guys hopefully next week. We'll see how it goes. All right, guys, see ya. Bye.
Bye bye. Bye.